Janet Navarez, and for this assignment, I decided to watch a documentary titled 13th. Okay, so the first question is, how does the changing consciousness, the developing of awareness explored in the video or documentary, affect you as an individual or professional? And my answer is, personally, I find it disheartening to know that racial persecution is still prevalent to this day. Something that this time and age, I would assume, in the United States, it's long been forgotten. It's all in the history books, and we've moved on as a society better. And that's not the case. It's far more complex than that. One of the things I realized is there's so much still to look into an issue as complex as this, because no matter how many times I learn about mass incarceration. I do a paper on it every semester. I read about it. A teacher teaches about it in class. There's always so much more to it. And it opened my eyes to how much I'm myself a bit ignorant on things that's occurring around the world. Most people don't like to admit that they're ignorant on certain topics or ideas or anything, really, but I think what I've learned from watching this is knowing that I am ignorant and willing to know more just about the world and how it works brings me in a better position in life than others who deny their ignorance. And that can even tie into me being as a professional someday. Someone who would like to work in the public service field, helping people is something that I've always wanted to do. I think right now in this time in my life that if I brush up on topics, if I brush up on issues, if I become more aware and informed and educated, it'll bring me to a better position as a professional. Second question asks, what scene or scenes do you think you'll still remember months from now, and why those scenes? Well, there were a couple that really just either fired up my emotions or made me really, really sad to the point where I was at the point of crying. One of them would be this voiceover of Trump saying how it was so good back in the good old days where police would easily put a halt to protests, like back in the good old days and yada yada. And then you see these scenes of African Americans and members of the black community. They get brutalized by the police, they get hosed down, they get carried away in the ambulance and beaten by people. And that is exactly what Trump meant. I mean, if he may deny it or so, but it's all in his rhetoric, and that's what concerns me most of all. I'm sure a lot of people are concerned that that is the rhetoric that he's using in his campaign, and that he used in his campaign and in his presidency. And what made me heartbroken most of all was all the kids. The teenagers, the 12-year-old boy, the nameless faces that suffered through this movement, that were killed by police, that were lynched, that were mobbed. And there's not a thing that the society has done that's given those families any closure. I guess knowing all of that, it will stick to me for the rest of my life, not even for a month from now, because if that's a society that I live in, then it's one that needs to change. The third one is, did any part of the film surprise you? Do you think someone of a different race, ethnicity, or cultural background would find it surprising? And I would say the Nixon administration. That'd be a clear one. How his political agenda were completely unethical. The last one is, what are the most dramatic issues prevalent to our time that have been presented in the video or the documentary? Describe such current issues and show how it relates to the times in which we now live in. And that is a clear answer. That is the mass incarceration issue that the United States is currently facing, and the Black Lives Movement that sprouted out from it. And I guess what really is concerning is that there are deniers. There are people who say that the Black Lives Movement is not real, that it doesn't matter, and they totally disregard it completely. And one idea that I've come to terms with after watching all of this and what I've previously known is that there can't be progress without patience.